Hey, what's up? Will Hamilton here, and welcome to this second free training video on how to win more points at the net, how to get easy put-away volleys and overheads by running plays. Today, we're going to talk about a play called the upgrade. It's an awesome play. It's one of Bob and Mike Bryan's favorite plays, and we're also going to show you a drill Bob and Mike use to practice it. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, we talk about a play called the prognosticator. It's Martina Navratilova's favorite play. We're out on court. She shows you how to do it. If you haven't seen that video yet, there's a link somewhere around this video. Click that, check that video out first, then come back to this one. And if you have seen it, well, let's talk about the upgrade. Now, the upgrade is a serve and stay back play. And this is particularly good for all y'all who are singles players. You're transitioning to doubles, and maybe you're not totally comfortable at the net yet. Maybe you've got great ground strokes, and it makes more sense for you to stay back, rip groundies, and set your partner up at the net. Well, the upgrade is great for doing that. It only works in the ad court, as you're about to see. And the way the play starts is by the server hitting a serve, and then they're going to shift over. So you're in the ad court, everything over here is a backhand. You are going to shift over and upgrade to a forehand. And you can see Adam Saminsky, FYB's Tech Wiz, has put that first diagram on the screen, and you can see it looks like this. Server is shifting over because the server wants most of the court to be a forehand when the returner hits the ball back cross court. Now, you can also see that there's some movement with the net players here. When the ball comes back to the server's partner needs to drop back here into more of a defensive position, because if the returner's partner is moving properly, they are now going to move to try and poach on the server's next shot. Now, one of the great things about upgrading is it freezes the returner's partner, because the server from this position hitting a forehand can hit this ball down the line. They can pull this ball down the line. But if the server had stayed put after serving and this was a backhand, down the line's much tougher. Returner's partner is going to be way more aggressive. So by upgrading, you freeze the returner's partner, and you're less likely to get them poaching on your next shot. Take a listen to Martina talking about Bob and Mike doing this. For a righty, you see it like Mike Bryan will shift over and hit forehands.
That's for right-hander. You want to be over here because, again, your partner's clogging up the middle, hopefully. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about balls going through there. And now you can hit forehands. And here, I am much more dangerous hitting a forehand from here than hitting a backhand. Backhand is much more limiting.
So that next shot is going to be, most of the time, a rip cross court. And you're just trying to rip it cross court, hit it hard at the returner's backhand, which you can see in this third diagram we've moved on to. And as that ball, once that ball gets past the returner's partner would go back to defensive position, server's partner would come back to an offensive position, and then from here, this next shot would be the one that the server's partner is going to poach on. And you can see that in this fourth diagram. The returner will be trying to hit a defensive backhand cross court, and this would be the one that the server's partner would be really aggressive on and would try and poach. Again, they're not going to be worried about the down the line in this instance if the server has really ripped a good forehand at the returner's backhand. So it's a delayed poach, right? You're not poaching off of the return, you're poaching off of the shot after the return. But again, upgrade, awesome play to have in your arsenal. If you were the server, you're in the ad court and you don't want to come to the net because those volleys are a little bit of a work in progress. So if you're that singles player trying to play more dubs, definitely add this one to your repertoire. So in a hot second, we're going to get out on court with Bob and Mike. They're going to show you a drill called Rip, Dip, Lob, which works on the skill set necessary to pull this play off. Now, afterwards, I want to give you this PDF, just give you the link where you can download it and put it in your tennis bag. But for right now, let's see how Rip, Dip, Lob works.
All right, this is a good drill to work on your variety. You want to always keep your opponents guessing. A lot of players just rip the ball and then you can just keep closing, and they never opt to use the lob. So that's when we can really tear a team up, is when we know they only have one shot.
They have one gear, and you just get dialed in on it, and you're good.
Balance. Okay. I mean, we're a big ripping team. We like to play with a lot of power, but a lot of times this variety wins tournaments. I remember Bob hit a good dipper in the finals of the U.S. Open on a break point at the end of a match. they're so baited on getting ready to reflex that if you hit a lob or a dipper, they're high skill shots. But if you work on them, they become easy. You know, Mike's gonna be on the baseline. I'm gonna feed him a ball. He's gonna take the first one, rip it middle. Second one, he's gonna dip, try to get in the alley low.
All right.
And the third one, he's gonna lob.
All right.
And you just keep on working, educating the racket face, and just getting the different kind of
Educating
stance.
the racket face basically means
Yeah, it's
tweaking
just,
the angles a little bit.
You know, every 2 seconds, you're hitting a different ball. You're going flat, you're going dip, you know, brushing over it, and then you're going lob where you're coming under it and getting good racket speed. So we just do this in, you know, repetition and succession and try to, you know, get as good at it as possible.
Okay, work on the field, let's see it.
Dipper, lob. Nice. Middle. Dip.
Nice.
Lob. Perfect. Whew. Rip. Dip. Lob. Yep. So that's it right there.
Yep.
I mean, the 3 shots that we like to use on this side of the court is that middle, you know, create some confusion between 2 guys that haven't played it a lot together. The dipper seems like it's always open in the pro game. You know, guys just don't look for that shot
They
very
just
much.
expect you to blast it at them.
Yeah.
So
That's a tough shot to hit. So when we practice it, we feel like we're gonna get paid off at a big moment.
Yeah.
And the lob's always good.
Is that a situation where you guys hold some of these things, like you're saying on the break point, you give them like the variety, and that totally throws somebody off?
Yeah, we'll either do it early and plant
get in their head.
and then they're kind of confused at net the whole match, or rip, and then save it for the biggest moment, like a break point, and then they shift over, that's open, or the lob's open, because we're known on tour as just big blasters.
Yeah.
So we always try to throw a little wrinkle in there, and this is a good play.
Okay, cool. And this was like the other one we were doing where, you know, the emphasis over here, or the focus was the variety on this end, but over here, Bob, you're dealing with the rip, then the dipper. You got to move to get that one. Then you got to move back to cover the overhead and kind of get it back in play.
It works on my movement as well. I mean, this is a great drill to work on with your partner. You know, the volleyer has some tough shots he has to deal with, and then the guy in the ad court is, or it could be deuce court. You know, Mike was shifting around trying to get forehand, so he's really, you know, using that karaoke step and backing up. And, you know, it's great cardio. If you just keep the drill going, keep the feet moving, you're also going to get in good shape doing this drill.
Cool.
Yep.
So now I want to let you get your hands on the upgrade, this actual PDF, and I want to give you another play. This one is called the Big Dipper. It is a return play in the ad court, because you got plays for serve and volley, serve and delayed approach, you've got serve and stayed back, and then there's obviously return plays as well. So when you get these 2 PDFs, these 2 plays, here's how you're going to use them. You're going to print them out, put them in your tennis bag, you're going to take out your phone, you're going to open up your phone's camera, and then you're going to point your phone's camera at that QR code in the top right corner, and then you're going to click that link that just popped up. When you do that, you can see it takes you to a web page. There's a video explaining exactly how to do, in this case, that's the Big Dipper right there. So that's pretty cool. Quick way to get a refresher on how to do the play. And all you got to do to get it is leave me a comment below. And what I want to know is, if you're like me, singles players first, trying to learn doubles, what was the toughest thing to figure out as you're going from singles to doubles? For me, it was actually how to anticipate what's going on at the net. That's the topic of the next video. But just let me know in the comments, and when you do, I'm going to send you a message on Facebook with the download links. Now, if you're on YouTube, just check out the description for an explanation of how to get these 2 downloads. But that's about it. Just leave that comment. Let me know the, going from singles to doubles, what was the toughest thing to figure out, and I will shoot you the link to this stuff. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you got a lot out of it. Go try out the upgrade the next time you play, and let me know how it goes.